Welcome back. We are opening in with two gigantic eye-opening robots, right? Protogens. No, they're not robots, they're protogens, okay? Calm the fuck down. I'm over here on the right, she's over here taking up the entire screen. But for those who are new or not, either way you're looking at it, the video, subscribe, comment down below. Subscribe and comment down below. Like, do whatever, you know. You don't like it, no problem, dislike it. I didn't say anything, mostly because I didn't believe it, but I didn't want to let Senna know about it. I didn't want to get into the same argument again. She'd say again that I was exaggerating, that I actually had the chance to live a normal life. And it annoyed me that Senna didn't understand what it was like. She wanted to remain optimistic, to support me, cheer me up with her words, give me hope, but it was useless. I knew it and she knew it, and still we were walking in a circle like two idiots. I remember once we went to a planet where everything around us was made of salt. It was pretty damn strange. Naturally, there were no living organisms there, just huge mountains of salt and endless deserts. Wait, what the fuck? I read that incorrectly. I'm sorry. It's like 10 p.m. 10:30, almost midnight. A quarter. Yeah, deserts. Deserts, what the fuck, man? But when the light of the mother star fell at the right angle, everything around shimmered like precious stones. Why would you go to a planet covered in salt? Because it was salty. He's a salty man. Well, we were there to pick up some valuable cargo, but it's not the whole story. So here's a planet made entirely of salt, okay? And nothing else. That's what we thought. And then Ash decided to go to one of the caves and fell down a small tunnel. We naturally immediately rushed after him. And it turned out that beneath the hundreds of meters of salt it covered down below was an ocean. Ooh, it's like a reverse thing. Yes, a real ocean. And of course, where there's ocean, there's life. There were so many fish that they almost ate Ash, but we got him out in time. Can you believe that? Nobody knew there was anything on that planet. And I often think about one thing. The creatures that live there have spent and will spend their entire lives in darkness, not knowing there was anything out there. We were silent. So you're you're trying to like sarcastically say something to Senna? That's messed up, man. The memory flashed through my mind for some reason and I couldn't help it. There was a distinct nostalgia in my voice for a time that I could never get back. Get back, motherfucker! Maybe they didn't need to know, or maybe they did know, but it didn't matter to them. They were fine where they were. What's wrong with that? I agree. It's like, it can't really force people. Different perspectives, okay? It's like extroverts, introverts, ambiverts, and then by the end of it, they're just all people. Some people, you seem like, oh, he's clearly an introvert, but then they also have some qualities of extrovert. Or they're an ambivert, not half and half entireties. There are times when you're in the mood to go out, go out. For extroverts, they like socializing with people. That doesn't mean they like tiring themselves going outside, walking, doing all that. No. Social groups. That's what I'd say an extrovert is. What about people who go out of their way to, I don't know, explore? Well, they're a bit more adventurous. A different category of people. Going back to the game that I've been yapping about, how can you live in the same place all the time? How can you be happy knowing that you have a whole world in front of you to explore? Let others explore it and I can live well in one place. Yes, sir! That's what I'm talking about, especially if I love the place where I live. Yes, there are so many beautiful things there, like mountains of garbage, for example. Alright, you're really trying to stir up something, man. Senna frowned and turned her head toward me. I sighed. We were wandering in circles again, back to the same topic we'd discussed 100 times before, which hadn't ended well for us. I realized I'd said all that for nothing. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't have started this conversation again. Yeah, I'd be sighing as well. Like, come on, man. 5 years ago, the last time we'd seen each other before we drifted apart, we'd had this same conversation. I still remember that it had started as simply and stupidly as it had now. Word after word, we were shouting at each other because we did not understand each other's position. It was as if we were shouting without hearing what the other was saying. It ended with me getting in my ship and flying away, and Senna launching a huge metal stick right into the side of my ship out of anger, scratching the plating. It was so stupid. After everything that had happened, I was still angry with Senna for a long time. I didn't go to her planet, didn't call her again, didn't send her messages. I spent the first few years after our fight trying to convince myself Senna had never meant anything to me other than a quick fun in bed, and her leaving my life had no effect on me whatsoever. So she's a booty call. I slept with all the girls I could find on my way. Damn, I'm convincing myself that all of them were as good as Senna, or even better than her. But in fact, that wasn't true at all. With Senna, I felt confident. I felt the trust that I couldn't develop with anyone else, and I couldn't muster up enough courage to go back to Senna and apologize. Partly because pride wouldn't let me, partly because I was afraid she'd never forgive me again. It all seems so silly now. The things that had separated us and the things that had stopped me from going to her. Aside from Vardy, when I was in real trouble on the verge of life and death, Senna was the only one who pulled me out. She was the one who gave me a new body, without ever once bringing up any of our old grudges. And for that, I was damn grateful to her. Listen, about what happened back then. 5 years ago. Ooh! Don't. It happened and now it's gone. What's the point of talking about it now? No, listen, I mean, I want to apologize, okay? Oh, alright, I haven't really had the chance to tell you this since we saw each other again. But I'm sorry that we ended up like that. And I'm sorry I said that shit to you. It was totally my fault that we had a fight in the first place. No, it wasn't your fault, it was both of ours. We both thought we could teach each other about life. It was all wrong, but we didn't realize it at the time. Yeah, I had no right to criticize your lifestyle, neither you, to criticize mine, but I was the one who started this conversation back then. Remember when I wanted to take you on vacation with me? I remember, and I was too busy working on another project and I didn't have time to go anywhere, not even out of the lab. True, and yet you did not refuse me a visit then. Oh, shut up. Everyone needs to relax sometimes. I hit the mic, my bad. But no matter what, we always had a good time in bed, right? Yeah, we didn't have a problem with that. Which is kind of surprising. I mean, you've always had so many other interesting options. Huh. There was no reproach or condemnation in Senna's voice, more like the same joking tone as mine. Well, that was just for fun and never worked the same way like, it did with you. Oh yeah? I'm the backup option then. Just like I was for you. We both had a good laugh and it seemed like the atmosphere around us just got that much more relaxed. I looked far up into the sky, a scattering of stars twinkling against the black canvas. We've known each other for so long, I always thought nothing could separate our paths. And look, our paths just crossed again. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here, alive, right now. And I'm glad Vardy brought me to you. Thank you for helping me despite the troubles I created for you. Of course I'd help you, no matter what you have done. How could I just say no? You were on the verge of death. I'm sure you would have done the same thing if you were me. You would have helped me no matter what. Yeah, of course. If you were kidnapped, for example, I'd be your brave knight. Help a damsel in distress, absolutely. Especially for the kiss the knight gets at the end. Senna laughed the fuck out. She laughed her ass off. Laughing my ass off, pretty much. XD, LOL. Let's make a deal that neither of us will ever get into the kind of trouble I got into again. I never got in any trouble. You're the one who always risked your life. Yeah, just promise you wouldn't do the same, and I'll also try to do something else instead of being a mercenary. That'd be great. I don't want to have to work on your new body again. I'll try not to break it then. I've escaped my debts because I was pronounced dead. Wait, you had debts? How much money did you owe in total? Not much, but I owed small sums to a damn lot of people, you know? It would be hard to visit everyone to pay it back, so it's really convenient that I died for everyone else. Alright, then I hope you really won't break it. Remember, materials are bloody expensive and my work is twice as expensive. Next time you almost die, I'll charge you to pay for both this body and the next one. Alright, you have my word. We were silent, still admiring the stars. They were gathering into constellations, creating bizarre patterns in the sky. After another couple of minutes, I asked Senna, "Why didn't you bring me to this place before?" You were always in a hurry, so I didn't want to keep you too long. And I didn't think you'd be interested. Oof. To be fair, I was never in a hurry. I mostly flew to Senna's place during vacation periods when the squad had no assignments and I could spend a few days or weeks with Senna in peace. But I felt it was necessary to maintain the illusion of haste, of busyness, lest Senna thinks I wanted to stay by her side. It was stupid, of course, because I wanted to spend time with her. I was willing to fly across the damn universe just to spend a day or two with her. But for some reason, I thought that admitting it out loud would mean that everything would change. It would mean something I wasn't ready to admit even to myself yet. What? Love? That's why I never told Sen I was flying to see her. I always pretended it was just to have some fun. On the one hand, I was afraid that I would confirm for myself what I already knew deep down, and on the other hand, I was afraid that Senna herself didn't want the truth from me. But it didn't matter now anyway. I was here with her, and at this moment, I didn't want to be anywhere else with anyone else. I think we can head back now. I didn't plan to leave the Trinity bots unsupervised for so long. I grunted and huffed and puffed and touted, "Yeah, I'm mad," finding myself somewhere deep in my thoughts. You know, your love of those little gears makes me uneasy. Maybe you should get a real pet of some kind. No! I wouldn't trade them for anyone. Can't you see they're so cute? I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. You're good friends with Sparky now. Don't lie to me. What? Who? Me? Such nonsense. This guy likes it. No, don't try to trick me. I saw you patting his head. I've never done anything like that. Not once in my life. Marvin, I have cameras everywhere, so there's video proof of that. Then show it. Okay, maybe it didn't happen, but I saw you wanting to pet him. Nonsense. You should get more rest or you'll start dreaming up all sorts of other nonsense. What a fun couple bickering in moon of another planet. My mood felt light for the first time in weeks. This little trip had clearly done me good, and I was glad Senna had finally talked me into it. As I sat down in the jet, I felt something irrevocably change between us. But it wasn't a bad thing. On the contrary, it gave me hope. Hope for something I had never dreamed of before. After we got back from our little trip, things got noticeably better. At least it wasn't as hard for me to cope with my new daily life as it had been before. Many problems, of course, were never solved, and I don't think they ever will be, but I began to find comfort in the little things. I began to enjoy what I had, trying not to think about the past. Most of my time was, of course, spent with Senna. We were always hanging around each other. I, as usual, cleaned up the trash in the lab together with the Trinity bots. And Senna worked on her mysterious devices, the nature of which was still unknown to me. In addition to being in the lab, Senna and I often worked out. I was training and Senna was keeping me company since I was still getting used to my new body and learning how to use it properly. Which wasn't always easy for me. I was more or less fine with the strength of my blows, but I still had to work on my reactions. Senna, of course, attributed it to my imperfect sensors, which were not yet at the final level of their development. The brain signals weren't getting to my new limbs as quickly, but according to her, it was fixable and I could only hope that everything would be okay in the long run. Not that I believe I could go back to my old life as a merc. That door was closed for me now and I didn't want it again. But thanks to this gal who was always by my side, I didn't feel so bad about it. After that time the two of us spent time together on Cersei, I looked at her differently. I liked the hell out of what I saw. Wait, what? Gradually, I began to confirm what I knew deep down, but it was still hard to admit it. I really felt something special for this girl, as if we were more than just long-time acquaintances. Jeez, man. No, I was drawn to her by something else, by my feelings. Even before our paths had diverged after we lost our connection to the creator, I had realized that Senna stood out to me among the other protogens. Or protogens? Outwardly, of course, she was the same as the others, but I actually saw her in a different light. But we both knew that the relationship between us would be a waste of time and nerves. And then during my time as a mercenary, traveling the universe and living day to day, it really was. We would bring nothing good to each other. That we both realized. I knew Senna would be disappointed in me in the end because I was afraid to stay in one place. I was afraid to settle down and give up my supposed freedom. I thought it gave me strength to be an independent bachelor who could do whatever we wanted. Or he wanted, sorry. Besides that, there was another reason. As a mercenary, I had enemies. More than a dozen pirates from several galaxies wanted my head, and I realized that if I entered into an official relationship with Senna, sooner or later it would affect her. It would all affect Senna's safety. It was something I didn't want to do. This guy's just yapping more and more excuses, man. Now it was different. I was no longer a mercenary, and officially to everyone else I was dead. Which automatically relieved me of the looming threat of being caught, since the pirates had already announced that the Protogen Marvin had perished in an explosion on the planet IHB 1942. And though I was angry at the fact that technically I had lost, no longer elusive and invincible, it was still liberating. There was no need to run or hide from anyone, so I could finally accept the truth. I was in love with Senna. I knew it. A mile away. Light years away. And I had a crush on her for quite a long time. When I had first subconsciously thought about those feelings in the past, they scared me, and I had locked them away as far away as I could. And now they were back. Back in space, I will survive. You're back again. After Senna and I had that argument 5 years ago, I decided I'd never come back. Never see her again. And rightfully so, because I was only ruining everything with my behavior, with my presence. I'd made the bond that I tried to shrug off only stronger every time I visited her. I grew more and more attached to Senna with each visit, and then tried to dull those feelings with relations with girls from all over the universe. But nothing was working. I knew deep down that it was useless, that I was making things worse. No matter how hard I tried, it was a zugzwang. Any move I made would inevitably lead to defeat. I couldn't forget about this girl, but I couldn't be with her either. Now, after everything that had happened, I knew I wanted to try it. Maybe it was my last and only chance. And I suddenly realized that I wasn't afraid anymore. That it wasn't as scary as I had once thought it was. I had nothing else, nothing left but Senna. And it only made me realize how deeply I was attached to her, how much I didn't want to leave her. She was the only outlet. Oh my god, I'm tired, man. She was the only outlet, the only joy in my life now. I could concentrate on the feelings for her that had grown so strong the last few weeks that they no longer fit in my metal chest. What are you thinking so hard about? Huh? Well, snap back to reality. Oh, ghost gravity. I'm kidding. I almost jumped up on my bed realizing that I'd been staring at the wall the whole time. It was morning and I had only just woken up. Normally I would leave the room and go in search of Senna as soon as I opened my eyes, but last night the thoughts just kept me awake. I wasn't even sure I slept. Just thinking about random stuff. Senna grinned with a toothy fucking smile. I'm sorry. Stepping into my room and gently pushing Sparky out into the hallway before closing the door behind her. How about some morning exercise instead of random stuff? Her sly voice immediately captured my attention completely. I instantly switched my thoughts entirely to Senna. Morning exercise? Sounds good to me. I stared at the ceiling in that moment, finally realizing that I love Senna. So they banged. I'm gonna just straight say it right now. They did it. I loved her. I loved her like I'd never loved anyone before. And I wanted to tell her that. I wanted her to know. The thought frightened me at first. Should I tell her now or later? What if she didn't reciprocate? What if that would just ruin everything between us? I didn't want to lose what we really had, especially now that we'd finally reconciled. And if Senna said no, it didn't feel the same way about me. Where would I go and what would I do? But you're fucked, my man. She was the only being in the universe who would help me, or who could help me. Who was important and close to me, other than Vardy, whose fate I still knew nothing about. Though I'd constantly tried to contact him. Eventually, I would have no choice but to fly away, and I would lose my body over time without the maintenance I have now. Hell, I didn't even have a ship to fly away to. Or from, or with, sorry. And in case of negative response, the only way out for me would be to simply endure the awkwardness between Senna and me and suffer my own feelings. Either take a risk, hoping that Senna would say yes, or continue to be a coward. Feeling sorry for myself and wallowing in my own feelings, which only grew stronger with each passing day. I closed my eyes, wanting to hide in the darkness and give myself a break, at least for a little while. Marvin, is everything okay? Censor everything? Damn, I can't even show this. We're just zoomed in on her face. I might have to cut this up. Thank God. With those words, Senna dressed up and left, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I stood up, unhooked the artificial. Okay, alright. You gotta censor that, man. Sparky, who had been faithfully waiting for me outside all this time, immediately jumped on my feet. Stop it or I'll accidentally step on you. Sad beep. Sparky joined me on the way to the lab, where Senna was already busy at work. I went about my daily chores, picking up the garbage and helping Senna with the little things. Bringing some tools and appliances, entertaining her with conversation. Senna apparently noticed that I was once again lost in my own thoughts and sat down in one of the chairs. This time she didn't distract me, although she did look in my direction from time to time with a worried look. No, I had to tell her what was going on. I had to come clean, because if I didn't, all these thoughts and feelings would eat me up. I'd never run away from a risk, never stopped in the face of my own fear. That wasn't about to start now. Sparky, meanwhile, came to my feet and poked his metal face into my shin. Looking down, I saw that in his paw he was holding the very screwdriver that Senna used to throw to the Trinity to play with them. No, I'm not going to do that. Go to Senna, she'll play with you. Sparky didn't move, looking up at me pitifully. Go on. Don't get on my nerves. Oh, stop acting like an asshole. If you throw a screwdriver once, it's not gonna do you any harm. So he can keep coming at me and ask it again? I said no. Damn, that's kinda sad. Well, look at him beg. Don't you have even an ounce of empathy in you? He's a mercenary. He does things for money. Senna glanced over her shoulder at us as she continued to work on her huge machete. There is, but not for robot vacuum cleaners. He's not a robot vacuum cleaner, you are. He's a robot helper. Same bullshit. Damn. Come on, please. Senna looked at me with the same look, and after a few minutes, I finally cave in. Alright, give me your stick. Sparky squealed. How does that work? With another curse, I threw it somewhere in the opposite corner of the lab. The screwdriver flew over the tables, which were cluttered with instruments and tools, and landed with a thud somewhere out of sight. As soon as the screwdriver flew away, Sparky happily ran off in search of it. Less than a minute later, he was on his way back to me, screwdriver in his paw. When he was at my feet, he tossed a screwdriver to me and began to run circles around me. What? Another throw? Okay, here we go. I threw the screwdriver again and Sparky ran after it. What a dumb little guy. I didn't immediately realize that a silly smile had appeared on my helmet, but Senna noticed it right away and giggled softly. I wiped the stupid smile away as quickly as I could and folded my arms across my chest. It doesn't mean anything. Sure, it's nothing. Don't look at me like that, I'm just sick of him. Alright, I'll do my best. For the next hour or so, I played with Sparky, who was later joined by the other Trinity robots. Then after another couple of hours, both me and the bots got bored of it. I think I'm done for today. Senna spun around in her chair, tossing all her tools into the nearest table. Great! I told you to get along with them pretty well. Yeah. You know, I was thinking, why don't we go somewhere else? Just like, take a walk. Take a gander? Senna arched an eyebrow in surprise at my words. I hadn't expected myself to say it. I panicked for a moment because I didn't know why I'd say it in the first place, but I quickly realized that it was too late to turn back. Too late and pointless. I had to confess my feelings to Senna. There was no other way. A walk? Where should we go then? I shrugged. Yes, there was nowhere to walk on this planet except on mountains of garbage, but I hoped Senna would think of something. But before I could say anything, she suddenly says, Oh, actually, there's a place I've wanted to show you for a long time. It's right here on this planet. and no one's ever seen it but me. So if you want, we can take a walk there. Oh, yeah, sure, no problemo. Yeah, great, I don't mind. Great, let's go then, I'm sure you'll love it. Senna rose from her seat and waved, beckoning me to follow her, like a dog. We went together to the elevator, which to my surprise didn't take us up to the surface but down even further. The depths which I remembered were only shafts. Mine shafts. When the elevator doors opened, we found ourselves in a long tunnel lit by LED strips or LED strips. Whoa, trippy. Where are we going? Shh, it's a surprise. You'll see for yourself. She's kidnapping me. I'm kidding. Senna headed forward through the tunnel. We didn't walk long, about 10 minutes. The tunnel gradually widened and soon I saw a light at the end. It wasn't daylight, but it was blue. Pleasant, like those plants on Cersei. Interesting. Are these shrooms? Crystal-like things? Finally, we came to a large cave that smelled of salt water and whetstone. I looked around in shock, not believing my eyes. It was real wildlife. The light was coming from somewhere above, illuminating the small underground lake and the centuries-old rocks. As I got closer, I looked into the water, which was perfectly clear, sparkling with glare from the light. Well, what do you think? Senna's voice was quiet and slightly unsure. It's just mind-blowing. Senna, it's beautiful. Where did this place come from? I thought the whole planet was dead. Senna smiled. Hearing the genuine admiration, my voice. Not exactly dead. On the surface, yes, but here? This is my secret place, my little paradise. I found it by accident when I was drilling one of the mines. But how is it all so clean here, and where does the light come from? The light is coming from the crystals, right there in the tunnel. Senna pointed upward to where the light was pouring in. I can't believe this place exists. Why didn't you show me this place before? Well, actually, it's not just a beautiful cave, it's my project. What? I turned around looking at Senna in surprise. That's the main side project that I'm working on. I created all the filtering system for this cave myself, which helped it become so beautiful and lively. Before that, it was mostly gas and some muddied water. You know, when I first came to this planet, the local galactic council literally sold this planet to me for almost nothing. They thought they'd sold me a huge piece of landfill that no one was watching over. And to be honest, I thought so myself. But then, I suddenly found this place and I realized that this planet was still alive. Deep beneath the layers of dirt and debris, life was still possible here. And I realized that I wanted to rebuild this place, I wanted to rebuild this planet. And this is what you work for. That's crazy, reviving an entire planet? Now that's a heck of a project right there. Yes, digging mines, diggy hole. Building devices that will help me start rebuilding in the future. So far, this is just the beginning, but I plan to find other caves as well. See that lake? It couldn't have just appeared here. There are lots of little caves and canals deep down there that bring water here. Which means there could be life deep underground. Maybe not fish, but at least small microorganisms that could become fish in the future. Maybe not now, maybe not in my lifetime, but I want this planet to thrive again someday, even if it's thousands of years from now. Every life is entitled to a second chance. Oh, that's another visual novel I played. And we as intelligent beings have no right to take it away. On the contrary, we must channel our intelligence to help it, to protect it and restore it. Senna's words echoed warmly in me. I couldn't suppress the admiration that surged through me. This is incredible, Senna. You're a hero. Thanks. She's embarrassed. Ooh. No, I'm serious. Look at this place. If it wasn't for you, it would still be here undiscovered. Alright, lover boy, we'll stop with the glazing. And if you weren't recycling all that trash outside, maybe it would have stayed undiscovered. I'm doing what I can. Anyone would do the same thing if they were me. Huh. No, not any. The Galactic Council doesn't give an F. The ones who stole everything from here didn't care. They just squeezed everything they could out of this planet and then left. left it to rot in tons of garbage, and you're the only one trying to change that. Senna looked away again. I could see that my words had touched her deeply, but every word was true from my heart. I wasn't going to hide my respect and admiration. It was the silence that hid unspoken words and feelings. At that moment, I had to tell her how much I loved her, how much I wanted to be with her. I'd almost gathered my thoughts, almost made up my mind, then suddenly, how about going for a swim? The water here is clear and relatively warm. You'll love it. Yeah, of course. I won't rust, will I? Senna laughed. Of course not, you retard. I told you it's high quality metal. It won't rust that way. Then let's do it. With those words, I jumped into the lake. The splashing water immediately sprayed all around us. Senna jumped after me with a shriek of joy. It was transparent so that I could see Senna and she could see me. There was a dark, bottomless abyss beneath us, but it wasn't scary at all. We were so close together, just staring into each other's eyes for several long minutes. I wish I could have prolonged that moment forever. For the next few hours, we splashed in the lake as if the world around us did not exist. I like spending time with Senna like this, that we were all alone on this planet, left only to each other. Finally, we made it to the surface, landing on the water's edge. Alright, huge censor, I might have to skip this. This place is just a miracle, Marvin says. Yup. Remember you asked me once why I don't leave this place? I could go anywhere in the universe, but in the years I've been here, I've realized that this is my home. Welcome back. So they were talking, I skipped a bit about it because I thought I could do this without censor bars or whatever, but yeah, here we go. He's gonna say something. Alright, I have something to tell you. The words came out of my chest on their own. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Quite the contrary, I don't know where to start. Senna didn't interrupt me, just stared at me in anticipation. Finally, I summoned up all my willpower, and the words flowed out. I always thought that you and I had only mutual satisfaction in common. That our relationship was just about helping each other out, relax, enjoy each other, and go our separate ways until next we met. But really, deep down, I just couldn't let myself admit how I really felt about you. I've always been drawn to you. I can't describe that feeling, but it's always been with me. I tried to ignore it. I tried to pretend it was nothing, but it was just sexual attraction. But you've always been special to me. Despite how many partners I've had, I've always felt that they were not what I want. But I couldn't admit my own feelings to myself because I was afraid they would hold me back. I was afraid of responsibility, afraid they'd take away my freedom, and of course afraid they'd put you in harm's way. Many pirates were after my head, and you'd be their target the moment someone discovered our relationship. Besides, I was afraid you wouldn't feel the same way. But now, after everything that's happened, I realize I need to accept the obvious. And I need to tell you because I can't keep it all inside anymore. I love you, Senna. I've loved you for a long time. Probably since the beginning. And I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I've been such an asshole to you at times. Ooh, spicy. I understand if you say no to me and if you don't want anything serious and real with me after all the things I've done. Well, I mean, I've had so many girls and I understand if it makes you feel bad. But I want you to know, whatever your answer is, I'll accept it. As soon as I said all that, it was like a mountain fell off my shoulder. It was so easy to release and accept the feelings I'd spent decades hiding. Yup, that's what happens when you just spill the beans to your crush. They say no, it doesn't work out, is what it is. If you kind of try to fizzle in, but then it fizzles out, yeah, I guess it just wasn't meant to be, yeah. I was hoping to hear you say something like that. Whoa, we're so in there. I mean, they've been doing it every damn day. What? Huh. I've been in love with you for so many years that I've lost count. I always thought it would stay with me. I saw how you tried to avoid any show of affection. But deep down, I dreamed you would say those words to me. I dreamed that you would see me the way I see you. Oh, this guy just won the fucking lottery, huh? Well, except for the space station blowing up and losing his body. Are you serious? Yes. Whoa, baby. I love you, Marvin, no matter how much of an asshole you are. At that moment, I felt as if I'd been blown away by an explosive wave. I lunged forward, clutching my Senna in my arms, pulling her as close to me as I could. Oh, she hugging. They kissing? Damn, turns out it was easier than I thought. Agreed. Why didn't you tell me before? Although... Okay, don't answer that. I can see why. I'd probably try to act cold and flee to the edge of the universe. Yeah. I know you too well, Marvin, so of course I figured you'd behave that way. But I'm happy it's finally over and I don't have to hide it anymore. I hummed and pitched forward towards her. It's just the beginning. Oh, then I guess we should head back to the compound. Come back, clearly they're in her bedroom and they did it. That's what I'm saying right now. I reached out and ran my hand over her flat stomach. Stomach. Her stomach is grumbling. Yeah, there we go. Man, we all wish. Feeling the muscles tense under my palm. Ooh. Okay. Senna didn't say anything for a few moments, but then inhaling, she nodded. Yeah, I mean, not really. Wait, what? What do you mean by that, What's wrong? Ooh, something's gonna happen. I don't know what. I could see that she was trying to gather her thoughts, trying to make up her mind about something she didn't want to tell me. Somewhere in the back of my brain, I felt a nascent uneasiness. An uneasy feeling that something unpleasant was waiting for me. Something that would shatter the fragile paradise I'd finally managed to achieve. Senna, what's wrong? Alright. I didn't tell you something. I hid it from you. We've got a child. I knew it. And I'm sorry I didn't say it from the beginning, but I thought it was for the best. Hearing Senna's words, I frowned. What are you talking about? Not wanting to voice her secret, but I couldn't back down any longer. Senna, what did you want to tell me? My words sounded firmer now. Senna sighed again, a wistful, guilty expression on her helmet. Just please believe me. I didn't tell you about it right away because I wanted to protect you. I didn't want to tell you about it at all, hoping to keep it with me forever, just to keep you safe. But now, after you were so sincere with me, after you confessed your feelings to me, I realized I couldn't keep the truth from you. You can't handle the truth. I'm kidding. It wasn't right, even though I just wanted you to be safe. Her rambling explanations didn't make any sense. Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about, woman? Say it to me straight. What's wrong, Senna? You can tell me. You don't have to hide anything from me, okay? Ooh. Remember when you first came to your senses in the lab, I told you that there was no chance of getting your body back? Yeah? Okay, she told us the truth. Your old body is kaput, destroyed, but I didn't tell you the whole truth either. She mean? There's a chance to rebuild my body? You're kidding me. After all that hype, I was hyped that I was like, oh, this is gonna be a new character in the third game, maybe? Like, oh, surprise, it's me, Synthetic Marvin, with one gravitational gun and one freaking pew pew gun, you know? And then he's like Iron Man or some shit. Nope. More precisely, to make a new body, to completely recreate it from your DNA. As soon as she said those words, I was paralyzed. It was as if the meaning of what she said came crashing down on me like a meteorite, falling right on top of my head, completely robbing me of my ability to think straight. I didn't understand what was happening, didn't realize that Senna was saying such an important thing. What? I didn't tell you right away because it's very dangerous. You have to understand, Marvin, I didn't want to put you in danger. But I can't keep it myself any longer. I just want you to know it. I want you to... Oh my god, this is gonna be so pissy about it. What the fuck, man? You just did it with her like 3-4 times in the course of an hour and a half. So all this time, there was a way to get my body back. My voice was not as loud as possible, everyone, because I do have neighbors and there's a park in front of me, so you know, I was discouraged, lost. I didn't understand why Senna had kept this from me. She just said safety-wise, you know. That's a good question. How does that work? I was trying to keep you safe. You see, there's only one way, but it's extremely dangerous. There's no guarantee will work, no guarantee you'll survive, and Okay, he's gonna be mad. I was ready to throw up. I feel betrayed. Get the fuck out of here, man. Who cares? How could you hide it, Senna? It's my body, my life, my decision, okay? Whoa, we're getting political here? I'm kidding. I said I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't tell you right away, but I was trying to protect you. I was trying to protect you from yourself. What? I know how reckless you are. That's true. Look at him. He's only a brain now. If I told you from the beginning, all you'd be thinking about is taking this chance, and that's dangerous. It's beyond dangerous. The odds of being able to recreate your body are 1 in 100, and the odds of being able to successfully transplant your brain are 1 in a million. That's true. Our body. Think about this. If someone transplanted, heart transplants work now, but there's still a compatibility issue that needs to be resolved. Usually it's the blood type. If it's similar enough, your body would most likely would hopefully not attack your new organ. If it's highly incompatible, somehow you got the surgery and it's not really compatible to you, that shit's gonna result in organ failure. You know, your brain and your freaking immune system is gonna be like, this ain't ours. Clearly, just attack it. It's a foreign thing. Okay, going back to the game. This is my business. It's my life and my choice. You had no right to take away that choice from me. Pro-choice, huh? Marvin, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop acting like a selfish bitch. You must realize that it's not something that you should risk. Somewhere in the back of my subconscious, my mind knew I was doing the wrong thing. That Senna really only wanted what was best for me, wanted to keep me safe. She had no reason to do something so intentional. But that part of my brain just shut down, leaving me alone with emotions I could not control. I couldn't just shut my mouth and let it go. Alright, what did he say? What did he say? Anger, dominant. No. What did he say? Why'd you do it, Senna? Why? I need to know. Were you trying to tie me to you? Make me your pet so I could live here in this. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. You're always jealous. Okay, this is not the argument, buddy. You're dying on this hill. You couldn't have it, so you wanted to take it away from me. Is that why you put me in this metal cage? To keep me chained to you in some way? I mean, it's not so bad, that's for sure. I shouted the last words at full volume. Uh-oh. Her helmet was flashing red. That's the first time I've seen that. And her chest was heaving rapidly with heavy breathing. Fuck it. Damn, he bounced. Okay. I ran down the corridors towards the elevator, aiming for the surface. When I got off the underground complex, I headed for the front wherever I could see, running past a kilometer and long mountains of garbage stained red by the setting sun. I couldn't and didn't want to see my gal at that moment. I was in so damn much pain. So scared and angry. It felt like everything was wrong with me. Now knowing that I could go back to my old life, that I could get my body back, I wanted to scream and destroy this metal thing. That's stupid, man. Get the fuck. You scrape your brain out of that metal thing, you're dead. It's over. From 1 out of 100. From 1 to 100. 1 out of 100 chance to 0. Mother effer, man. This guy. In that moment, knowing the truth, knowing that there was a small, teeny tiny chance, however dangerous, I fully admitted to myself that I could never live a life like this in a metal body. Even if that was a safe choice. I could never live in this body. I felt trapped in it. Felt like nothing more than a shadow, a copy of my old self. Alright, he's wandering around. He's the wanderer. He's the one. I'm down the top of guy. He felt cheated. I had no right to do that to her. Yeah, it wasn't her fault. It's not like she was the one who blew up the station. I'm kidding. She'd done what she could, and all I'd done was take out all my anger on her, all the despair and pain that was bubbling up in my head. It wasn't her fault. No, nothing was her fault. It's my fault. But still, I didn't want to exist at any cost, because that was exactly existence and not a life. It wasn't life, not the kind of life I wanted to live, even with Senna. What a selfish prick, man. In the morning, as the purple-green dawn began to engage behind the hills of debris, I headed towards the entrance of the underground complex. Walking past the break room, now empty and seemingly abandoned, I walked to the elevator and pressed the button, heading down to the bedroom, where Senna was now. I didn't know. She could have been anywhere, but I decided to start in the bedroom. The bedroom was empty. I headed to the lab almost immediately. Ooh, she's not here, man. It's over. We're fucked. We're cooked. Instead of getting that 1/100 chance, she's leaving. Fuck this. My sister was right, Juno. I'm going with a human as well. Get me the fuck out of here. Being in a fight with Senna wasn't something I liked at all, and it wasn't the same as it had been then when we fought 5 years ago. I quickly shut down all my feelings, locked them away somewhere deep in my subconscious, distracted by work, completely absorbed in it and all sorts of adventures. And now I realize how much the fight with Senna had affected me, how lonely I felt without her. He was in pain. The guilt was eating me up inside. I mean, that's on him, buddy. That's on him. 100,000%. Senna was behind one of the machines. She had apparently been working all night long. All night long. Senna? When she heard my voice, she stopped what she was doing, but she didn't turn toward me. I could see her shoulders tense, her body seeming to turn to stone. That's on you, man. Once again, that's 100% on you. I get it. Lots of built up emotions, you know. It just spilled all over. Okay, that sounded weird. Moving closer, I sat down next to her in the chair. Have you slept at all today? Ooh, cold shoulder. Ache breaky heart. Sighing once more, I tried to gather my thoughts. I'm sorry I said all those things to you. I'm sorry I acted like a real a-hole. I mean, yeah. What are we gonna do? You said it. You have no idea what you've said. It's awful. He pretty much accused her of orchestrating this complex plan to put him in this metal body and be a pet forever? A furry? Hot master? Oh, okay. I clenched my fist trying to suppress my feelings, but it was pointless. I understand. I really do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have... Yeah. He was hurt too. Oh no! You kept that from me and I should have known about it. Yeah, why, Marvin? To put yourself in danger? To make your life hard again? That's true. You'll learn to live with this body. Look how well you're doing. You've come so far already. You're almost used to it. You're... Okay, I look at... Okay, let's see. How would you know? Oh, psychological fuckery going on. Dead silence. Look at this. You don't understand what it's like to exist but not live. You know, I always thought we, the fake Protogens, were lucky. We're lucky because we are alive. We could make love and feel pain to the fullest. We've never been slaves, and we were free to decide what to do with our lives from the start. And that's what I love so much about my life. So he just floats coast to coast or planet to planet, banging chicks, taking money, taking names. But now he's dead, so yeah. There's even the slightest chance of getting my body back, of getting my life back. I want to take the risk. I realize it's dangerous, but I'm willing to do it anyway. It's a 1% chance. You're not the main character, my guy. She is. Let's see. Turning sharply on her feet, Senna shoved me forcefully in my chest. You're just selfish. You're selfish. Have you thought about me? Have you thought about what will happen to me if you're gone? Things don't work out. Yeah, I'll be like, that's putting on her, man. That's a heavy responsibility. It's like a doctor. Like, doctor, I need you to do surgery on me now. I'm dying. Just, it's like, okay, I'll do it. And then you die. That's on the doctor, man. That's messed up. But I realize, like, you can't argue with that. That's exactly, it's like, what do you want about her? If you die, that's all on her. She's left with that canon event. That's not true, Senna, and you know it. I would die for you. Oh my god, I'd give my life without. Get the fuck out of here. This is so for you, for Vardy, and for any of us. But to exist for the sake of others, it's too much, Senna. It's too great a sacrifice, and I can't make it. Huh? What? What the fuck is he talking about? He's a robo. What? What the fuck are you talking about, man? What? This makes no sense. I can't believe you have to be such a. Tell it to me straight. Tell him to his face. Saying I'd like to spend my life with you. I'd like to be close to you, but not like this. Oh, I get that, because this isn't life. It's just a replacement for it. Even the busing I've had, they've all been different, not the same that I felt previously. And if I have to take risks to get everything back, that's my choice. Don't take it away from me, please. We stood like that, facing each other for several long minutes. Senna was looking somewhere off to the side. Oh my god, this guy just really wants to die. He's got a death wish or something. I kinda understand him though, but at the same time it's like... Really? He's pretty much perfecting the robo... cybernetic body parts, you know? Okay, you're right. I didn't tell you all this from the beginning because I was afraid of losing you. But it's true. You can't force yourself to live for someone, no matter how much you want to. Is this after Protogen 1? Or is it after 2? Or is it in between? If it's in between, maybe he's dead. I'll help you take that chance. I'm sorry I didn't tell you right away. Okay. I'm sorry I said a bunch of crap to you. I'm sorry I acted like a jerk. But it's life, it's not for... He keeps saying that. I want the real thing? What the... Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry for those diehards, Protogen fans, but I ain't feeling it with Marvin. If I was there in the same room, I'd be like, the fuck is this guy talking about, man? I wanted to so badly to feel her real warmth and softness. So for him, it feels all fake. AI. Well, I guess he's pretty lucky for those who have like one of those, it's like a psychological sickness or problem, you know, where, no, it's not the main character syndrome where they think they're part of a sitcom. No, they think everything is unreal. Not Unreal Engine, but, you know, fake, simulated. They don't believe in that conspiracy, but the brain, you know, is quite detached with the senses. I guess it doesn't connect with it emotionally. I don't know. Somebody comment down below about that. I was willing to take any risk for that. You're a selfish prick, but you're my selfish jerk, aren't you? Okay. I still love you, no matter how much of an asshole you are. I love you. That's why I want the life I had back even more. I want to feel you for real. Okay. Look at this horn dog. Set aside, we continued to stand like that, together in a tight embrace, while the Trinity bots circled quietly around us. He has a chance now, alright. 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 Even if it was 1 in a million, even if it was so meager, so dangerous, it didn't matter to me. What mattered is what I want, and not what anybody wants. Okay. Alright, buckaroo. The next morning, I woke up surprisingly early. Senna was no longer beside me in bed. I went in search of her, quickly finding her in the lab. Are you already at work? Yeah, of course she's at work, dingus. Big test for a relationship? Get the hoo-ha out of here. This guy is really on the high horse. Mr. Marvin over here, great galactic hero. Oh wait, he's a mercenary. He does things for money. I was afraid Senna would be angry with me, that she'd talk me into changing my mind. Going to the lab, I expected to hear that she had decided not to help me. Expected to hear excuses. Okay, what an asshole, man. He's absolutely I'm getting a hate boner for this guy, and that's crazy. She respected my decision, and that made me love her even more. Yes, I thought I'd get started right away. Time to bring you up to speed. Okay. Alright, hit it on him. We need to create a special device called Elarus. This device would work in such a way that it would have to rebuild the body through DNA material. We need a lot of parts to make the capsule and the control device itself. I have most of them, but I'm missing the rarest ones. The Enosphere. Huh? I won't explain what it is. Yeah, I guess I won't understand it anyway. Let's call it a very important thing. So we need to get that very important thing as well as its auxiliary parts. The latter won't be a problem. I know a few places in the neighboring galaxy where you can buy them. but the sphere itself is more complicated. 300 years ago, the remaining samples of the spheres now travel from hand to hand between resellers across the universe. And he is there now. Ooh! Okay, I think I know this place. What? You've been there? We've passed by several times. This galaxy is pretty much deserted right now. Gangs of pirates have occupied the planets and are looting what's left on them. It's a rough place to say the least. Then I think we should head straight there. Are you sure? It's not safe. We have no other choice anyway. If we don't get the sphere, the rest of the details just won't make sense. So, are you ready to travel? Are we traveling? Wait a minute. Yes, I'm always ready. Great, then we're leaving right now. Senna and I went to the armory to prepare for the long and not very pleasant journey. The galaxy to which we were about to travel had been the subject of bad rumors throughout the universe. It was a hotbed of crime and danger. Okay. I mean, he's gotta be used to this. Everyone's used to this now. It's like there's just space pirates everywhere. If something happened to her just because I was willing to risk everything to build that damn machine, I'd never— yeah, that's on you as well. That's 100% on you. That's 100% on you. Like the rest of the Protogens, she was perfectly prepared and never ran away from danger. Yeah, we've seen Juno do it, so... well, 1.5, because I'm not 100% used to this body. But at the very least, I was going to help her, and if not be on equal footing with her, at least be an effective assistant. We got the weapons, we got the gear. Let's go. Let's skedaddle, daddy-o. Senna loaded everything we needed and set up the navigation system. Ready? Yeah, of course. I'd go to the ends of the universe with you. What a Rizzler. Long way off. 3 days? I mean, yeah, that's still... that's quite fast when you think about it. The most evil corner of the universe. Is this where a big bad would be hiding? That's too... that's such a trope, though. I was willing to take the risk, and I didn't give up my goal for a second. Somehow I was sure that we could do it all. This guy... this guy's pissing me off, man. I was so grateful to her that it was impossible to put it into words. How much she had done for me could never be fully appreciated. And I'll never be able to repay her kindness. Sorry. But I realized that Senna didn't expect gratitude from me, much less payment. She just wanted me to be happy. That only made me love her more. Soon a planet appeared out of the darkness in front of us, glowing with a faint yellowish light in the blackness of space. Ooh! Yes, it's really the planet I thought of. Right, now we're going to fly closer and get into orbit of Satellite 2. Isn't it dangerous to leave the ship like this? Of course it's dangerous, dingus, but we don't have a choice. Yeah, I'd put the ship in cloaking mode. Let's hope no one gets too close. She knew best what to do. It was her ship after all. But we'd be in trouble if it was hijacked or destroyed. It was impossible to travel between galaxies on a jet. It's like a Quinjet. We moved into the jet, then headed towards the planet and began to slowly descend. We didn't meet anyone on the way, and the sensors didn't detect any air defense system, which in theory could have already shot us down without any questions. The planet itself was as stunted and abandoned as the rest of the world. We landed in the middle of some boggy swamp, struggling to get out of it and into dry land. There was a strong odor of something rotten in the air. The nature around looked as if it had been rotting for the last dozen years. Senna checked the map on her bracelet and pointed toward north. You have to go there. It's a near settlement. There's a hidden black market there. Okay. There is. Wow. Okay, I did not expect there to be a hidden black market here. No guards, no rows, and no crowds of shoppers. Definitely a place where... a back alley place. You know what I'm talking about? The merchants were not shouting for customers. They were all sitting in the shadows of their tents, hoods pulled up over their necks. And customers from all over the universe were slowly shuffling between the stalls. Is this where we're trying to get the Inosphere, if I recall? There were weapons, plants, and mushrooms of unknown origin, even meat. Everything here was covered with a veil of mystery and danger. That's true. It was filthy, and there were some half-dead bodies lying around. Oh, we are in that kind of place, huh? I wanted to get out of here as soon as possible and wash under a hot shower for a few hours. Finally, we were at the opposite edge of the market. Okay, that way. Are you sure? No. Alright, moving into the cabin, we're about to make a transaction. No one answered. Okay, she was about to knock a third time, then footsteps were heard inside the door. Leave me alone, Gargo. I said don't have the money to pay you. Huh? It's not Gargo. Open up, please. We're here on business. Yeah, so what do you need? We need Amwe. Yes, you got some secret code, of course. Makes a lot of sense. Who are you and why do you need Amwe? We have business with him. It's been a long time since old man Amwe had some strangers like you. Doubt and distrust. Yes, because we're trying to talk with the boss. A good deal. Open the door, let us talk to him. Okay. Are you sure not from Gargo? We have no idea who Gargo is. We've come far away. Come in. A low creature with purple skin covered with many scars appeared before us out of the darkness. One of its eyes was completely covered by blindfold and the other was watching us intently. Sen and I looked at each other again but accepted the invitation, stepping inside. The hut was dark and cramped, the entire room filled with mountains of either junk or trade parts. I looked around curiously, noting the prosthetic limbs, weapons and ships, gadgets, everything, my man. The creature guided us to a small vacant room of the hut and sat down on the couch. Okay. Well, what's your business with old man Amwe? Are you Amwe? No, my name is Shovo. Amwe and I work together. What it's Amwe we're after. He has a product we'd like to buy. Okay, and you're Protogens, right? His question alarmed me. What does it matter? This guy actually is a hot-headed motherfucker, man. He's about to destroy this entire transaction. Yes, we're Protogens. Or Protogennies? Protogens? Is that the English term for that? We're looking for Amwe, okay. I'm afraid I can't help you. He is in no position to trade right now. What are you talking about? Let's just say he's not here right now. He killed him, whatever, but we can still help each other. How? So you see, Gorgo holds this place. He's an asshole, pirate gang leader. And Amwe owes him money. Every merchant here has to pay tribute to be able to sell his goods. And Amwe's business has been bad lately. He hit it. A treasure hunt, huh? Oh, he captured him. What the So we gotta go in guns blazing. That's what happens to those who don't pay their tribute to the pirates. You can't leave this planet unless Gorgo wants you to. Well, you can if you have good enough transportation, but Gorgo holds the jets of local merchants near his base. Honestly, I don't know how you got here at all. Apparently you've got a good jet. We're not complaining. So what do you want us to do? You said we could help each other. Very simple. Help me get the Gorgo pirate outposts. Then we can find Amwe, get him, and you can offer him your deal. Seems dangerous. We need to discuss this as much as you want. Just don't forget, the clock is ticking. Amwe could be sold at any moment, and then you definitely won't find what you're looking for. Oh, this is a bit fucky right here, a bit difficult. We can't trust him. Yeah, I know, but we don't have a choice. We have to try. And get into a skirmish with pirates. We're not ready for that. I can't really fight, and you've only got one gun. I know, but we don't have to fight. Maybe we can actually sneak into the outpost covertly. That's insane. She's like Juno. She's like, everything's gonna be okay, okay? I know that too, but it's my choice to do this. My choice to help you. This is on you, Marvin. You wanted your body back. You absolutely wanted your body back. Yes, it would be stupid to leave with nothing. Alright, let's help this guy out. Okay, alright. We agree. Tell me what needs to be done. Great! Don't worry, it's very simple. It'll only take 5 minutes. One of the underground tunnels leads to Gorgo's outpost. It's not guarded because no one uses it. It's locked, but I have the key. So it's all quiet? In and out? No shootings or anything? Of course, don't worry. Very sussy. It feels like it's a trap, Why? What if I'm attacked? I alone am certainly no match for pirates, but you? Protogens are renowned for their agility and strength. Even that piece of shit won't be able to kill you easily. Well, technically we... Okay, enough talking. Let's do this right now. Okay, let's go. And who are you? I mean, what's your species? Where are you from? I'm an Egrin. I thought we were quite recognizable. Huh? No way, they're the original inhabitants of this galaxy. I thought all the Egrin were extinct. Most of us are, but some are still alive and well. The galaxies nearest us had lifted a finger to help us. Our species wouldn't be on the brink of extinction. Glad there at least some of you left. Never hoped to meet an Egrin myself. Oh, Juno would be thrilled. When we got out of the tunnel, we found ourselves in the territory of the pirates' outpost. It was easy to hide in the shadows, as the patrols walking between the buildings paid little attention to what was going on around them. We need to get to that hangar over there, see? Okay. And what? Alma is going to be there? Of course, follow. How does he know this? Wait a minute, where's Alma? Somewhere around here. Let's get closer. Pirates keep all their... Maybe he's a pirate himself. Shovo is such a pirate name. Yeah, it's a bit sussy. Okay, Shovo... Oh, he's just bouncing, huh? Damn it, you little bastard. Sorry, Protogens, that's life. Good luck dealing with this mess. I knew it. We're fucked. We are absolutely fucked. What do we do? Run! Yeah, we're bouncing. We ain't fighting an entire pirate outpost. The only way out for us was the tunnel. That's where we hurried back to the darkness, struggling to move in the cramped space. Yeah, we're bouncing. We need to... Damn him! Damn that shorty. He tricked us. Yeah, all the jets here are controlled by Gargo. Yeah, that's... You've got it, girl. What are we going to do now? We're gonna get that bastard. Alright, hold on, you little shit. I don't think it was Shovo at all. What? I think that was Amwe. The asshole knew for sure we were coming for the orb. Did you see his face? He knew we'd agree, that we'd have no choice but to go along with his offer. I'll give him a good one. Alright. Stop right there, you one-eyed asshole, or I'll fry you right in your jet. Alright. Jeez, not tricks. We'll shoot without warning. I get it, please don't shoot. His jet slowly descended to the satellite. Okay. Alright, give us a damn orb, pirate man. Well, guys, let's talk like civilized beings. Civilized beings? You set us up. I'm sorry, everyone survives as best as they can. My species is almost extinct. What was I supposed to do? Don't try for pity, that won't work on us. Oh, I see. He owed Space Pirate Lord. Okay. He said he'd sell me to slavery if I didn't find the money by the end of the week. What was I supposed to do? Well, don't lie to us or set us up. Tell us what's going on right away. We would have helped you steal the jet. How could I know? You just didn't want to give it away, did you? Isn't that right, Amwe? Ooh, I don't have any sphere. Alright, yeah. I have nothing but his orb. Okay, and we don't care about that. Yeah, where is the sphere? Here's the deal, amigo. Either you give us the orb and we let you live, or there will be one less Egrin in this god-forsaken universe. Or gods. Wow, interesting. Interesting tidbit lore there. But I quickly pulled myself together, turning a stern gaze to Amwe. Choke on it. Damn you, you damn protogens. I mean, you just needed to do that, my man. Well, we got it for free, in a way. I think we should go now. Yeah. Oh, we still paid him to him, so... Why did you give him the money? It's that asshole's own fault for doing that. If he hadn't tricked us, we would have just bought the spear and that's it. I don't know. I felt sorry for him, I guess. One of the last survivors of the Egrin, after all. So the hard part's over. Now it's just a matter of time. We need to get out of this damn galaxy before Gorgo reports us to the rest of the pirate gangs. You're right. I want nothing more than to get the hell out of here. You want to see the sunset? The clouds have parted. It's rare here. It'll be beautiful. This is giving me an ominous vibe, Senna. I nodded, realizing that what was really behind these words. This could be my last sunset ever. Meow, stop moving, Meow. I'm sorry, everyone. I do have a pet cat. Stop moving the table. It's raggedy as fuck. Okay, it could be the last time I see the sky. The last time I see the beauty of this planet's mother star. We went to the lounge area on the surface and sat at the entrance. It's over. My furry protogen engineer is over. It's over. This is... Oh, I guess she is the engineer and I'm the mercenary, Marvin. I thought about the people I'd lost. I thought about my squad. Once again, they're dead. I thought about Vardy, who'd saved me but whom I'd never had the chance to see afterward. But at that moment, I no longer blamed myself, nor did I agonize over the thought that I could have saved them. It was impossible. It wasn't easy to realize, but it was the truth. I did my best, but Senna was right. Sometimes you just have to save yourself, no matter how difficult it is. Being the only survivor was a real test for me. For my conscience. Which wouldn't forgive me for what had happened. Well, what about the character we made? You know, the only human creature. I still saw the boys in my dreams. I still heard the countdown, followed inevitably by the explosion. But that was all fate, too, in a way. Like the storm coming at us. You can't go against what you can't change, and it was easier to accept that now. Senna was by my side, and that gave me the strength to accept everything that had happened. It allowed me to believe that I wasn't alone, never had been, and that I had survived for a reason. I had a purpose, destiny, to be here, next to her, this very minute. We watched the sunset, and both of us realized that precious minutes were now running away, when we could still change our minds. I could still just not get in that machine. I could still say no and stay with Senna, even if it was just this way, even if it was in this body. But we'd still have a chance together. I realized, however, that I didn't want that. I don't want to settle for less, not in a matter like this, of course. Senna was everything to me. She had become everything to me and the most important figure in my life. I didn't want to let her go. I didn't want to leave her here alone, the unknown. But even more, I didn't want to force myself to live in this body. The closer we got to our ex, the more I felt the weight of the metal limbs, the more the body I was trapped in resembled a cage, a sarcophagus I couldn't get out of. It wasn't life. It was only a fake life. Oh, okay, he's still doing this shit again, man. Come on. But if he actually dies, then yeah, this is his sarcophagus, that's for sure. You know, I hear there's a really cool planet in a neighboring galaxy. There are no intelligent life forms there. Just animals and a lot of stunningly beautiful beaches. I found out about this planet by accident during one of my missions. There are hardly any visitors there. I think we can go there when we're done. Take some time off, spend some time together, a vacation, you could say. What do you think? Nah, yeah. This is her last convo. I was grateful for that because she finally understood and it made me feel better. But he never really gave a shit about her when you think about it. Do you want to go on vacation with me? No. Why not? After all this adventuring and traveling around the galaxy, it'll be just fine. Damn tired, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to a vacation. Undiscovered lands, exotic fruits and animals sounds great. Then that's where we'll go. What kind of planet is this? Prettier name for it later. I don't know. Hearing my words, Senna nodded enthusiastically. Cool. We could colonize a whole planet, give it a name, fly there for the weekend. We could even help nature, you know, whatever's out there. Should we build a cabin there for two? Exactly, the ocean house. I'd love to go there. I'd love to go there with you, Mar. Yeah, I'd go to the ends of the universe with you. Is this it? Is this the end? His final time on a wild girl, it's you that I lie with. It's the bombs, yeah, coming. It's you. Now you keep going down and going up. What the heck? She keeps like going to my mouse pad and then going back to the printer area. You know, I've been in love ever since we went our separate ways. When I flew off with Juno to the protogenic planet and you flew off into outer space. I've loved you for a long time too, I just couldn't admit it to myself. What I told you before, you were the only one I ever went back to. I wish I'd realized in time that I didn't need anyone else. But the important thing is that it's finally getting through to you now, isn't it? Yeah, when it's all over, when it's the end. The disk of the sun was slowly slipping down the horizon. I think it's time. Ooh. Oh, it's time. Absolute time. Let's get in there. Let's go. Put me in the lab. Put me in, coach. We went down to the lab, straight to the machine waiting mutely for me. Sent up project control display and entered the desired data. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Everything's set up. We're ready. Yeah, just get in there, man. Just get it in there. Put me in there. It's over. You're the best thing that ever happened to me in this life. I love you. And if we went to meet again, I never want to be part from you for 1 second. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Thank you for everything you've done for me, and I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused. Don't hold it against me, and don't blame yourself for anything, okay? I'm holding it against him. If I was like Senna, I'm like, this guy. I said no. Taking the risk was my conscious choice. Yeah, buddy. Save it for the attorney. Senna struggled to fight back tears. She nodded and tried to smile, though she struggled to do so. I love you. I hope to see you again. But if not, I'll never forget you, Marvin. Never, I promise. It's over. No need to drag this out exactly. Just push the button. Switch it up. Something poked at my leg. Oh, it was Sparky. Okay. Alright. Cheer up, little guy. You were doing just fine without me. I agree. Super fine. I reached out and stroked him, feeling that strange urge to cry. If I had a body, I would have felt the wetness in my mouth and the sting of tears in my nose. Get this asshole out of here, man. Holy shit. Maybe I'll see you again. And if not, you take care of Senna, okay? Keep an eye on her and keep her busy. You little vacuum cleaners. You're a funny little guy, Sparky. And you're a dead man, Marvin. I'm kidding. Everyone calm the fuck down. You're beautiful. If you're the last thing I see, I'm not scared to die at all. Hey, he says it again. Loves her. I love you too. Yep. It's over. Press the button. Goodbye. The capsule slowly closed while Senna pressed the button to the control panel. Slowly, my consciousness began to fog over as it was getting harder and harder to stay awake. Ooh. He's falling asleep. Oh my god, that's me. I'm no longer afraid. This darkness wasn't suffocating me. It wasn't tearing me apart this time. It was embracing me. My consciousness finally shut down completely. I sank into that darkness once again. It's over. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Hopefully subscribe, like, comment down below. Yeah, by Dirty Fox Games. You can check this out on Steam. There's like the games are there. It's listed there. We're gonna have to buy it though. So yeah. Either way, I'll be seeing you in another video. Bye.